Alright, this video is a quick tutorial on how to create the V slide plate from an exercise series on 2D fundamentals in AutoCAD. I'm going to teach you how to create it. Here's what the exercise looks like from the book. And I'm going to show you a couple different techniques in this one. Some absolute coordinates. We're going to do some polar coordinates. And then we'll also do some little techniques. I don't even know what they're really called, but just things I've picked up over time from using AutoCAD over the years in industry. All right, so here we go. First thing I'm going to need you to do is create a new drawing or new model here, and we're going to switch to Imperial for this one, and we're going to hit OK. If your startup didn't pop up like that, the way you can get that menu to pop up, just so you know, is to type startup, hit enter, and type the number 1, and that'll make it look like that. All right, and I'm going to turn my grid on, and I'm just going to click my middle mouse button and pan over and kind of put this 0, 0 in the center of my screen. And in the interest of just kind of following how this is dimensioned, we're going to make the 0, 0 sort of right here at the bottom of the part in this spot. And then we'll work from there, okay? So the first method I'm going to show you is sort of this like line polar coordinate method to find locations of objects. Like I could create this circle, then I can make a tangent line and all that good stuff. But I'm going to show a slightly different way to do it just so you can learn an additional technique. All right, so the polar coordinate method is called that because we are going to draw lines and then we're going to indicate a direction for that line. All right, so we're going to type L, hit enter, and the reason it's called polar is because the direction is going to be based on a circle. Basically starting from, if I'm going to the right, it would be 0 degrees, and then as I go around, it goes around just like a circle in 360 degrees. All right, so we're going to start by typing L, hit enter, and we're going to start at the 0, 0 point, and hit enter. And now I'm snapped to there, and we're going to create half of this part. We're going to save some time. We're going to create half of this part. We're going to mirror it over to save the time. So I'm going to type at, so shift and the number 2, at, put my at symbol in, 1.375 is the length of the line, and then I'm going to hold shift and hit the comma key to create what I like to call the Pac-Man. It's also known as the less than symbol. And for after the Pac-Man, we're going to tell it it's going to go in the 0 direction, which will make it go right to the right over here. So let's type 0 and hit enter, and you can see it created a line going over to the right. That's 1.375. Now from here, I can either create a circle at an absolute coordinate here and bring it down, or you know what? Let's show a slightly different method. So I have to create a circle that has a radius of 0.625. So and because it's tangent, I know it's 0.625 above the end of this line. So one way you can do that is you can kind of create a point that you can easily click by just going at 0.625, put Pac-Man in there, shift and the comma key, and then we're going to go 90 degrees because now we're going to go up. All right, so 90 degrees would be up. 90, hit enter. That's where the center of our circle is. So now let's either hit spacebar or escape, type C, hit enter, and let's create a circle right there, move down, click right there. All right, and then we can erase this line because we're not going to need it for anything else. So let's just type E, enter, pick the line, hit enter, make it go away. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to use absolute coordinates to locate these other circles because all these lines are based off tangent points from these circles. So let's go and create the center circle first. So let's go C, enter. This center circle is right in the middle, so my X would be 0. And then my height, my Y, is 2.75. So that's where I'm getting that from. So let's go 0, comma, 2.75. That's where my circle is located. The radius of this is 0.875. I'm going to hit enter. Now let's hit spacebar again to create another circle. This one is going to be in the X 2.2, comma. The Y is 4.7, right up here. And then the radius of that one is also 0.875. All right, so there's my circles. That's going to kind of locate where all these lines are going to go. Now, if you don't have this toolbar that I have on right here, All right, I showed this in a previous video, but you're just going to hit this down arrow, turn on your menu bar if you haven't already, and then go Tools, Toolbar, AutoCAD, Object Snap. Okay, that's what that toolbar is. All right, now first one we're going to do, we'll create the easy line. So let's type L, enter, let's say snap to tangent right here. Snap it on there, snap to tangent again, snap on the outside. All right, hit the space bar. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick in the way that I would create this little tricky 90-degree angle here. Okay, we're going to use a tool called XLINE. All right, so type XL, XLINE, and XLINE is an infinite line. All right, so it's not just going to stop wherever we click, it's going to keep going. All right, we're just telling it what direction. So we're going to say snap to tangent. The X-line is tangent to this. You see, there's my X-line. And then snap to tangent. The X-line is tangent to this. All right, hit the space bar to get out of there, and then hit the space bar one more time to go back into X-line. Snap to tangent. Pick the top of the circle. Okay, now to make it perpendicular to this other one, we're going to pick perpendicular. Snap to perpendicular. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to make sure it highlights that line and we're going to click it. All right, now we're going to hit escape. Now we'll use our trim command, TR, hit enter, get rid of this, that, get rid of this little arc here, this one there. All right, and we'll wait to trim this one because we got to mirror across first. So let's hit escape. Now type MI, hit enter, and then what I recommend you do is we don't want to mirror this circle because we already have the other half right here. All right, I guess we could, but there's no really point. So make a conscious effort to start inside of the radius of this circle, but above here, we're going to draw, by clicking, we're going to draw a big blue box, and you can see it only highlights that stuff because the blue box only selects everything that's in 100% inside of it. That circle is not 100% inside of it. If we go to the right, it's going to turn green, and it'll pick anything it touches. So we want to go like that, or go to the left, I apologize, anything it touches. But if we go to the right, it'll be blue. So we're going to click. Now we have everything selected. We'll hit enter. It says specify a mirror point. We're going to start here, click, and we're going to go straight up to the center of this circle. We're going to click again. Erase source objects. No, we don't want to erase the original objects because we're mirroring it over. We're going to hit no, and then we'll just go TR for trim and get rid of that. And there you have it. Whole part is done. All right. So this part does become kind of trickier if you're not using these XLINE commands. I recommend using XLINE. If you continue to watch my videos, some of the more advanced parts I teach, we're going to use XLINE to create everything from views to align things, find locations of things. It's an incredibly, incredibly useful command. Thanks for watching.